man. You just ran for nothing, just eating balls, gooch, ass, legs, toes, eating that. And you sit up here talking about why be better, cuz all that trolling, my nigga gonna pick your ass up by your shirt when they see you.
What's good, fam? Your boy is back with a wild update that's shaken the whole rap scene because Memphis rapper Finesse2Tymes just flipped the switch on one of the most heated rivalries in hip-hop, his long-running clash with NBA Youngboy. This ain't some light drama. This is a stew, bubbling with DMs, threats, guns drawn, and a messy drunk live stream that dragged everything right back into the spotlight. This whole situation starts with something small that turned into something explosive, because once again in rap, the wrong move around a woman can get the streets roaring. Finesse kept it real and admitted he'd been liking TikTok pictures of one of Youngboy's baby mothers, saying he was just showing love and moving like a smooth player, not trying to disrespect anybody. But in this culture, where ego and respect sit above everything, even a double tap can spark a fire no one can put out.
You sound like a bitch who I kicked out. I ain't trying to hear none of that mental health shit, boy. Hey, you know how that shit turn out. You wrote my hoe. I ain't tell you nothing, bitch. I told your hoe something. This bitch ass nigga wanna at me. Man, I ain't tell your bitch ass. I ain't tell your botched ass nigga when you play with my hoe. I just post your bitch. Keep that thing gangster. Then go back and play with my wife, man. That ain't no bitch. That ain't that bitch that you fake pimping. No, man. Alright. I don't want to talk. I ain't your friend. I ain't none of that, you bitch. None of that.
Youngboy didn't see it as harmless at all, especially with him being stuck on house arrest in Utah, feeling boxed in and watching every move people made around him. When he caught wind of Finesse touching that like button on someone connected to him, he took it straight to the public instead of handling it behind closed doors, and that decision turned a small spark into a whole explosion instantly. And Youngboy didn't just come at Finesse. He crossed a line that the streets take dead serious. He jumped online and made it personal, dropping a threat on Instagram aimed at Finesse's family, saying he would hit your mama with that chopper.
Warfare between Memphis and Baton Rouge.
What actually happened between you and Youngboy and his crew?
Man, when this first popped off, you know, he was actually beefing with Finesse2Tymes.
Youngboy.
Yeah, they were having words about some you know what I'm saying, online. And Youngboy jumped up off the couch and, you know, he was like, I hit your mama with that chopper. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then he got to come out, bro, gal, and this, that, but that caught my eye. You see what I'm saying? You got to understand, yeah, we got disagreement problems, but, you know what I'm saying, we got the same mama, homie. You know what I'm saying? So once I said that, bro, I instantly went in defense mode. You know what I'm saying? I said what I said about his folks. And I meant that, you know what I'm saying? To this day, I meant what I said, fool, because at the end of the day, bro, you're playing with minds.
That right there broke the oldest rule in the game. Because the moment someone's mother gets dragged into the beef, everything changes, and the danger becomes real. When Youngboy sent that out to the world, it wasn't just a disrespectful shot. It was a message saying he didn't care about limits or consequences, and he was. He's willing to push this war to a level nobody expected. Once you threaten a man's mother, the whole energy shifts, because now it ain't music, it ain't subliminals, it's a line you can't walk back from.
You ready to risk your freedom, your life, about a bitch that's gonna go, whether you want her to or not.
Things hit an even sharper edge when Finesse's brother, No Love, saw that threat aimed at their mom, because that turned the whole family into part of the story instantly. In street life, family stays off limits, and once they get dragged in, the situation becomes something you can't joke about or ignore anymore. Love wasn't about to let that slide, because once somebody drags your family into the mess, it stops being rap chatter and turns into a matter of honor. He jumped online and fired back with the same heavy energy toward Youngboy's people, turning what started as a personal disagreement into something way bigger. Now it looked like a full-on clash between Memphis and Baton Rouge. When folks asked what actually happened between you and Youngboy and his crew, the streets leaned in, waiting for details like it was the next chapter in a wild movie. But what came next showed just how fast online beef can spill into the real world and get dangerous for real. By pure coincidence, No Love had business in Baton Rouge, deep in territory where he knew eyes were on him the second he stepped outside.
Nigga was like, ain't you Finesse, brother? I'm like, yeah, what's up? Oh, you the one that said shit about my peoples. So I'm looking at him, I'm looking in his face, his jaw shaking. You hear me? His jaw shaking while he talking. He don't even know what to do, so he kind of sagging. So I'm looking at his waist, and I'm at my whip, shit like this. So I open the back door up. When he asked me like, you the one that said this shit about my people, I stood on it right there. I'm like, yeah, nigga, I said what I said. Nigga said what they said about mine. But I knew he was one of Youngboy partner because the chain he had on. You see what I'm saying? So I already knew where it was going. So nigga got mad. Nigga, I kill you by Youngboy out here. You know what I'm saying? Woo. So I don't know if the nigga was scared or what, but nigga telling me what he finna do. He like, I'm finna go to the car, nigga, I'm finna go get it. Nigga, I'm finna go get it. So I'm looking at him because you get what, homie? If you wanted to pop it off, then he was standing there with a young nigga look like he was about 17. So soon I say what I say, young nigga get to moving like he wanna try to probably fight or something, but he don't move. I'm looking like, you know what I'm saying? The nigga goes to the car, man, pull an AR out the car. You hear me? And stand up on the curb like, that shit don't scare me, man.
And while leaving a building, he ended up crossing paths with a member of Youngboy's crew, rocking that expensive NBA chain that told you exactly who he moved with. The moment the affiliate stopped him and asked if he was the one disrespecting their people online, you could feel the air tighten immediately. No Love didn't fold, didn't stutter, didn't try to soften anything. He stood on every word he ever posted, keeping his face strong and his street credibility intact. But the wild part was the affiliates. Shaking his jaw, a tiny little tell that showed he wasn't as ready as he was pretending to be, even though he had tried to puff up like he was built for whatever was about to happen.
And you sit up here talking about why be better, cuz what the f that got to do with me, cuz? What is you talking about, family? What the f you talking about? Why be better, bruh?
Things shot straight into danger when the affiliate said he was going to his car to get something, because everyone knows that's code for grabbing a weapon. A few seconds later, he came back holding an AR-15, posted up on the curb and talking loud about how he would handle No Love for Youngboy. No Love just looked at him like, shit, don't scare me, man. He stayed calm, steady, and completely unfazed, because he'd been in situations way worse than this. He even said later that he'd had family members point weapons at him during personal fights, so another man waving something around didn't break his nerves at all. And the more the affiliate talked, the more it became clear he wasn't used to real conflict, because people who truly intend to use a weapon don't waste breath giving speeches. They don't posture, don't warn, don't dramatize, they act.
Everybody know why be that. What the f you telling me he better for, bitch? The f out my life, cuz. You currently copy and pasting this. You currently copy and pasting talking about why be better. You ain't tired? Damn.
His hesitation showed he wasn't built for that level of violence, and after about 10 slow seconds, No Love walked away untouched. Afterwards, he said straight up that if the affiliate had truly been dangerous, the whole situation would have ended way differently. That close call exposed something the internet never shows: a gap between Youngboy's crew's online image and their real-life readiness when face-to-face danger shows up. What shocked everyone even more was that this almost deadly moment actually pushed things toward peace instead of war. Finesse later said he and Youngboy eventually tapped in through industry folks they both trusted, and when they sat back and looked at the situation from a calm angle, they realized neither of them should be risking their lives or freedom over a woman who would make her own choices regardless.
Thank you. Why you give me the purple one? I don't want this. I want the nice. I want the nice toothbrush. I need this. Can you get my kid? Can you get my Stanley Cup? Can you please get my Stanley Cup? I need this. Can you give me, before I brush my teeth, I need this man, because you done gave me the low budget toothbrush.
You said Colgate.
That was tone level 4. We got 5 tone levels in this house. 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4,
Yeah.
and 5.
Yeah. Which one is 5?
Okay.
Get this goddamn toothbrush.
Finesse ended up showing maturity by agreeing to move smarter, especially after seeing how fast social media drama can turn into something life-threatening. Finesse made it clear he sees himself as a player, not somebody who loses control or gets emotional over a woman, no matter what the internet tries to spin. He stood firm on that identity, saying he moves smooth, not desperate, and he wasn't about to let anyone twist that narrative. Both rappers eventually realized dragging the beef any further wasn't doing nothing for their pockets, their careers, or their freedom, so they shut the whole situation down and kept pushing forward. For months, everything stayed cool, the drama stayed quiet, and fans thought the tension was finally buried. But all that calm got flipped inside out when Finesse hopped on a live stream looking clearly intoxicated, agitated, and way too loose with his words. You could see right away he wasn't in the right headspace, and that's exactly when the trolls slid in, ready to stir the pot. The moment the chat got filled with "Why be better" messages, that classic tactic from Youngboy supporters, the whole vibe shifted instantly. At first, Finesse tried to ignore it, tried to stay focused on what he was talking about, tried to keep the peace. But comment after comment started chipping away at his patience.
I just seen Being the Done and Pooh Shiesty on the goddamn live stream. This the shit they call rage baiting, bro. I just learned about this shit. So young Shiesty, if you listen, do not let them folk rage bait you. I done got caught up in this shit and I ain't going, fool.
Eventually, you could see the irritation boiling up in him, because every time he tried to switch topics, the chat dragged him right back to Youngboy. That constant poking finally made him snap, and he started firing back at the commenters with wild, graphic insults, letting people know the comparisons were getting under his skin in a serious way. His behavior got more unpredictable as the live stream went on, like his thoughts were slipping all over the place. Started rambling about toothbrushes and bathroom routines, talking in circles, showing just how heavy that alcohol had hit him. You could hear the frustration in his voice over something as small as being given a purple toothbrush instead of the color he wanted, a clear sign his emotions were running loose. His girlfriend was visible in the background, and the energy between them was tense, like the whole room was on edge. Their back and forth in front of thousands of viewers revealed cracks in their relationship they probably never meant for the world to see. Finesse even started rating his anger levels from 1 to 5, saying he was sitting at a 4, which he described as the stage where things ain't right and his finger gets activated, showing the mindset he was slipping into. His girlfriend looked frustrated, confused, and tired of the whole situation, and the live stream turned into something uncomfortable with personal problems spilling out in real time. You could tell this wasn't performance, it was a man unraveling while thousands watched. Then it took another turn when someone mentioned T.I.'s recent disses toward NBA Youngboy because T.I., another big Memphis figure, had been going at Youngboy in his own way. And the second Finesse heard that name again, something in his intoxicated mind snapped back to all his old issues with Youngboy. That one mention lit up all the emotions he'd been holding in, dragging his mind straight into memories he thought he'd buried months ago. Instead of staying neutral in T.I.'s beef, Finesse decided to jump straight into the fire and show public support for his Memphis homie. Pushing himself deeper into territory he should have stayed out of while sober, he started talking heavy about how Memphis rappers stick together, how they don't fold for nobody, and how they dainty fear any out-of-town pressure comments that were clearly aimed at Youngboy and his Louisiana crew. That move was a major slip in judgment because Finesse had always played it smart when it came to other people's conflicts. But with alcohol clouding his thinking and trolls hammering him non-stop, the filter he usually had just vanished. He started popping off with bold statements he probably never would have said with a clear mind, turning a chill night into a full-blown online eruption. As the live stream dragged on, Finesse began attacking Youngboy's authenticity as a street player, like he was rewriting history in real time. He brought up their old beef and claimed that real gangsters Don T get emotional over women trying to make. Youngboy looked fragile, even though the original drama literally started because of a woman. But in Finesse's intoxicated mind, flipping the narrative made him look like the one with control, even if the irony was loud. Finesse even went after Youngboy's own lyrics, pointing out how he bragged about being slim enough to make women bring money home, then acting bothered over TikTok likes. He used that storyline to push the idea that Youngboy was contradicting his entire player image, basically calling him out for not living what he raps. To Finesse, If you're a real player, you don't get emotional over another man hitting like on a picture. But things really turned sharp when he went after the YB Better trolls directly. Instead of ignoring them, he started calling out individual commenters one by one, dropping personal insults, questioning their masculinity, and roasting them like he had something to prove. His rants grew more vicious the angrier he got, and he even called them dildo users while throwing out graphic sexual references, showing just how deep the trolling cut into him during that drunken spiral. Finesse also made sure nobody doubted his fearlessness, saying straight up that he'd rather die than be disrespected, and that he was indeed going to die by no bitch, meaning no situation involving a woman was ever gone. Nah, take him out. That moment showed his mindset clearly. He was ready for whatever smoke came next. Even if he was the one dragging the beef back out of the grave, he kept flexing too, reminding viewers that he charges $250,000 for a feature in ISNT, hurting for money at all. It felt like he was shutting down the narrative that he was using Youngboy's name for clout or cash. He wanted everyone to know he didn't need drama to stay paid. In his mind, this wasn't about relevance or desperation. It was about pride, respect, and how he felt he was being talked to. What makes this whole reignited beef even crazier is the timing. Youngboy is stuck on house arrest, unable to move how he wants or respond freely, while Finesse is out here building his career. He's dropping music, doing shows, and trying to cement himself as a major voice in rap. Because of that imbalance, some people started wondering if Finesse was using Youngboy's name to heat up his spotlight again, especially since the drunk live gave everybody something to talk about. The psychological side of this whole meltdown is wild, because Finesse had actually shown real growth before all this blew up. He had ended the beef, showed respect for Youngboy as an artist, and even talked about possibly signing with Yo Gotti, calling him a real boss, all moves that made him look level-headed and mature. But the second alcohol mixed with trolling pressure, all that progress vanished like it never existed. Social media has completely rewired how rap conflicts unfold, turning private moments into public spectacles instantly. Back in the day, rappers settled problems behind closed doors or dropped carefully planned diss tracks. But now everything plays out live, unfiltered, and unpredictable. Fans get to watch every emotion spill out in real time, which creates a whole new battlefield for the artists. Those YB Better comments aren't random, they read a whole psychological strategy. Youngboy's fans know exactly what they're doing when they keep repeating it non-stop, pushing rappers into a corner until they crack under pressure. They understand the power of comparison, especially when someone is in a vulnerable state like being drunk and emotional on a live stream. And in Finesse's case, the tactic hit him right where it hurt. His reaction shows how intense the competition is in today's rap world. Because even when a beef is officially over, hearing thousands of people chant that your old rival is better than you can reopen wounds instantly. It's like psychological warfare disguised as fan loyalty. And when that disrespect stacks up, it hits an artist's pride in a way that's hard to ignore. Then you add the Memphis versus Baton Rouge energy on top of that, and things get even more heated. Memphis is known for standing together and holding their city down, so when Finesse talked about unity, he was onto just speaking for himself. He was tapping into that whole cultural expectation that Memphis artists ride for each other. That regional pride turns a personal conflict into something way bigger. And T stepping into his own drama with Youngboy only made the situation more tangled. Because now multiple storylines are mixing together, adding layers of tension between the cities and their artists. T.I.'s separate beef with Youngboy handed Finesse the perfect doorway back into the drama, giving him a reason to re-enter the conflict while claiming he was just standing up for Memphis. Sliding in under the banner of city loyalty makes his renewed hostility look like pride, not a personal grudge, and that angle gives him cover, even when his emotions are doing the heavy lifting. But the alcohol factor sits at the center of everything, because intoxication strips away the filters that normally keep wild thoughts from turning into public statements. Finesse's sober self had the wisdom to end the beef, move forward, and show respect. But his drunk self couldn't sit still when the trolls pushed the right buttons. Now that the situation is reopened, a whole list of questions hangs in the air. Will Youngboy fire back at Finesse's new wave of disrespect? Or will he stay focused on his legal battles and avoid stirring up more heat? Will Finesse still stand on all those explosive statements once he's sober? Or will he try to walk them back and claim he was caught in the moment? These choices could shift everything for both of them. Their careers and reputations are on the line too, because fans never forget moments like these. One wrong step in today's rap landscape can turn into a viral stain that follows somebody for years, especially when the internet decides to clip it, repost it, and keep the drama alive longer than the artists intended. The bigger message hiding in all this is that in the world of social media, no beef ever truly dies. Online platforms create endless chances for old conflicts to rise from the grave through trolling, miscommunication, drunk lives, or simple human pride. And Finesse2Tymes just showed everybody that even the most level-headed, grown, focused artists can make one impulsive decision that pulls them right back into a fight they already ended. In the end, this whole saga proves one thing loud and clear. In today's rap game, peace is fragile, pride is explosive, and the internet is always ready to pour gasoline on whatever flicker of drama gets left behind.